What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. This is the last vlog of 2024. And I'm not one to get caught up on sentiment. And I know it's a lot of people that's doing these roundup year-end reviews and stuff like that. And I'm not really gonna go there. I just really want to talk about the things that I'm looking forward to getting into the next year, because I think that the next year is gonna be a pivotal moment for me. This year was the greatest year of my life from a financial perspective. It was a lot of work, but I was consistent. And that's the key to success, honestly, is consistency. A lot of people, well, let me just say this. It's a couple different things. And make sure y'all tap into the Patreon, because I got a phenomenal video live stream that I'm doing tomorrow, right after the Millionaire Morning Show. So yes, I will be doing live streams on the Millionaire Morning Show. And my expectation is to do a live stream tonight on after hours, all right? So we don't miss. I'm not gonna start slowing down now. And it's a couple different things that allow for you to be incredibly successful. Because I will tell you that every single year since 2008, I have grown exponentially. Every single year since 2008, I've had a better year than the year before. From a business perspective, from a financial perspective, and socially, you know what I'm saying? So it's a couple different things that allow for you to be much more successful the next year than you are in the previous year. I know some people may have taken a step back or a setback, and that's cool. That's not a problem, because I don't look at that as a failure. I look at that as a learned experience. And so here's a couple different things. The first thing is the most important thing of all, okay? This is more important than the consistency, but the consistency is the second thing. The first thing is you have to get started, okay? And I know that that sounds simple. I know that it sounds easy, but so many people spend a ton of time planning, putting together a business plan, trying to figure out who it is that they're gonna do. What is this gonna look like 10 years from now, and all of this stuff. One of my toxic traits, I like to say, is to just jump right in that shit and figure it out as I go. Because I know that when I'm in it, I can't get out of it, and I've already committed to it, and so I gotta see it through. I gotta figure it out. I do that with every single business that I start, whether it's in the restaurant businesses, earlier times. Now I'm just a silent investor in a couple different things. Or if it got something to do with corporate America, whatever, I just jump in. You know what I'm saying? When I picked my curriculum and I picked my field of study and I wanted to go into software engineering, I just went with it because I knew that that was going to be the best thing for me. I didn't evaluate, am I good at math, all of this other stuff. No, whatever it is that I'm not sufficient in, I'm just going to have to work harder at, or I'm going to have to get some tutoring. I'm going to have to spend some more time in the library. I might have to make some sacrifices in going out or whatever. I might have to move into a place that I'll be a little bit more quiet so that I can study and focus. But I'll adjust, and that's what we're good at as humans. We're good at adjusting to the circumstances around us. What we're not good at is actually taking a leap, because people are fearful, they're scared, they don't think that they can do it. Or at this first sign, they look at the statistics, oh man, you know, business owners or whatever. I know, but I'm not trying to understand what's happening to the overall sentiment of what's happening with business owners. I'm trying to understand how the people that are successful did it. The ones that was able to break through, how did they do it? Right? Content creation, whatever. How did they do it? I'm not studying the failures. I'm studying the successes. Okay, so he wasn't that great. He's not the best at what he did, but which leads me to the second thing. He was consistent and he was dedicated, and he's seen it through enough to actually get to the results. He was consistent enough to get to the results. And so even throughout my YouTube journey, right? I wasn't the biggest YouTuber. Like, I didn't just explode overnight. Every year, I gradually grow more than I did the year before. Every year, I still have the same growth percentages that I did when I first got started. But it's the consistency that has allowed for me to be able to build a core, and then has catapulted me past financially almost every other person that is in the same space, the field as me, or whatever. I'm not trying to beat you immediately. I'm not trying to out you. I'm going to endure long enough to beat you, because I know that you can't sustain. I know that you're going to have lulls. I know that you're going to have life circumstances. And I'm going to be right there, just chugging along, jogging and seeing it through. And then eventually I'll beat you, or eventually I'll outgrow you, or I'll pace you, or I'll catch up. And there's some people that's the anomaly. All right, we're going to have to acknowledge that. There's some people that are the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James. They're the anointed ones. And then there's the rest of us. And I don't have to be those people. I don't have to be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. But I can beat the rest of them because I'm going to work harder than them. I'm going to be consistent and all of that. And it's not about getting rich. You know what I'm saying? Get it out of your mind of having that hater spirit, that broken spirit, that sentiment that some people don't want money. You do. Stop lying to yourself. Nobody want to be out here dusty. Nobody want to be out here destitute. Everybody want, even if you don't use the money for the same thing that the next person uses it for, you want the option to be able to do what you want to do. And that's what money affords you. It is options. It's not about the cars or the clothes. Most of the time I'm wearing a $35 t-shirt on a regular basis. And when I'm in the house, I wear my Apple Watch so I can get my steps in, and then I go down to the gym and I work out. But then when I step outside, I wear a nice timepiece because that's what I'm into. It's not about whether or not you got the money or not. It's about having options, right? You can choose to ride a Toyota Camry. Don't pigeonhole yourself into having to be forced to only drive a Toyota Camry. And there's nothing wrong with a Camry. And it's unfortunate that I have to keep saying stuff like, well, there's nothing wrong with this, to make you feel better about the fact that I'm not trying to discount who you are or what you do for a living. We all come from the same spaces. We come from nothing. We gonna leave this bitch with nothing. But the fact of the matter is, I want to live the life that I want to live and have the options to do what I want to do while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And you can have heaven, and you can have it on earth, and you can have it in the afterlife. And so it's about options. But the fact of the matter is, my goals going into next year is to exponentially double and grow what I've already been into. I want to have a bigger footprint in my city. Shout out to Canada over there. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a bigger footprint in my city. I want to open up more businesses. I've been networking effectively with some of the people that are in the best, power positions in the city. And we want to combine our resources to do some really great things. And so that's my goal. I want to open up, and I don't want to announce some of the stuff that I'm into because I don't want that stuff to be affected by what it is that I do online, right? But I do. I want to be one of the biggest investors in some of the things that's happening, more businesses, more restaurants, more everything. And then we're going to continue to trudge along with building more homes. And that's another thing. I found my passion. I found my new passion, right? The thing that I'm the most interested in. What I'm most interested in right now is building homes. I love building homes. And maybe it's because I don't have to be in the details every day because I got people that actually work for me that oversee those things and contractors. And then I also got Rita that's running that division of my businesses. So she's the president of that arm, and then she oversees everything that happens on a day-to-day basis. And so I don't have to worry about the actual going out and physically doing things, right? I don't have to worry about pulling the permits. I don't have to worry about anything. The only thing that I have to worry about is issuing the checks. That's it. And I'm trying to remove myself from that too, so they can issue the checks and all of that. I've expanded my footprint and the content creation space. So not only is today the day that my contractors finish up and they putting all of the furniture together and they're getting everything together with that, I've also signed on to expand my spaces and create the offices and all of that other aspect of it in another whole nother division of something that I'm developing. So for me, my goal is to spend as much money as possible on the things that hopefully return me more revenue. And if it doesn't, then it's a learned lesson and something that we're going to pivot from going into the next year. But my message to you guys is you have to get started and you cannot quit. Even if you fail, it's not a failure, it's a pivot. You need to redo it. And do not quit your job in order to start your business. I don't know who keep telling y'all that. That's the dumbest thing ever. Do not quit your job in order to start a business. If you love it enough, if it's that meaningful to you, then you will do it after you get off of work. And that is the thing that you're going to work on going forward. Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. I hope y'all had some learned lessons this year. I would encourage you, if this is your first time here, to hit a like for the algorithm. If you've seen more than one of my videos, then make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as all the rest of the channels. And then tune in for the Millionaire Morning Show, which should be going on shortly. I think we're going to be talking about the U.S. Treasury hack, Trump endorsing Mike Johnson for speaker. It's a lot of different things that we're going to talk about today. So I love you. I appreciate you. I think that you guys are the greatest on earth. And hopefully you've had a very, very, very good time in 2024, but it's time to get down to business going into this next year. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.